What if you could rewrite your identity through surgery? Would you choose it? And more importantly, what happens when the transformation you once dreamed of slowly becomes a lifelong regret? In a world consumed by identity and appearance, some individuals have gone to extreme lengths to become someone else entirely. But the truth behind these drastic transformations is far darker than it seems. In this video, we'll uncover shocking true stories of people who surgically attempted to change their race, the painful consequences they endured, and the moment many realized they had made the greatest mistake of their lives. Mary Magdalene, the doll who never blinked. Mary Magdalene never set out to fit what many would consider traditional beauty. She wasn't pursuing the familiar Hollywood image, natural, youthful, and effortlessly elegant. Instead, she followed a far more unconventional vision to resemble a living porcelain doll. Smooth, polished, and almost unnervingly perfect. Her look echoes the antique dolls many Americans may remember from childhood figures kept on shelves or in attics quietly watching from the corners of a room. For Mary, this transformation was never about subtle change. It became a deliberate effort to push physical boundaries. Over the years, she underwent numerous cosmetic procedures, dramatically altering her appearance. Her figure changed significantly, with surgically enhanced breasts, enlarged lips, and facial modifications that gave her features a tightened, almost frozen quality. With each step, she moved further from her natural look and closer to the stylized image she envisioned. It wasn't long before the internet took notice. Her images spread widely, drawing attention across social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok. Reactions were deeply divided. Some saw her as a bold expression of personal freedom, someone reshaping identity on her own terms. Others responded with concern, questioning the physical and emotional toll of such extreme transformations. Medical professionals often point to issues like body dysmorphic disorder, or the risks associated with repeated surgeries. Mary, however, has remained steadfast. She maintains that her choices reflect her true self, not a mistake or a phase. For some observers, her story represents autonomy in its most radical form. For others, it raises a quieter, more unsettling question. When the search for identity goes this far, does it risk erasing the person who first began the journey? Joe Yuna, a fairy tale that lost its way. Zhu Chuna once seemed headed toward a promising future in the beauty world. Growing up in Shanghai, she had the kind of natural features many would consider a gift. Clear skin, gentle facial lines, and expressive eyes that drew easy admiration. Friends often described her as naturally beautiful without the need for change. But for Joe, that wasn't the full story. She came to believe that adopting a more Western look might open doors opportunities in fashion media and a broader international stage. What began as a minor adjustment slowly grew into something far more significant. Over time, Joe underwent a series of cosmetic procedures to reshape her face. Her eyes were altered to appear wider, her nose refined, and her jawline made sharper and more defined. Each surgery brought her closer to the image she had envisioned, but further from the face she was born with. The process was not simple. It required substantial financial cost, reportedly reaching into the hundreds of thousands, and long, difficult recoveries marked by swelling and time away from normal life. As her appearance changed, so did public attention. Online audiences followed her journey closely. Some admired her determination and saw her as an example of personal choice. Others worried about the physical and emotional toll. In time, Joe herself spoke about the mixed emotions that followed. She admitted that at times the person in the mirror felt unfamiliar. What she once believed would bring confidence also raised deeper questions about identity and belonging. Her story remains a thoughtful reminder: changing how we look can sometimes change how we see ourselves and where we feel we truly belong. Tara Jane McConaughey. A Barbie dream taken too far. Tara Jane McConaughey first gained attention online for her intense commitment to cosmetic surgery. Originally trained and working as a nurse in Australia, she eventually stepped away from her medical career and began focusing more and more on changing her appearance. What started as a few procedures slowly became something much larger, a lifestyle centered around transformation. Over the years, Tara has undergone a wide range of cosmetic treatments. These reportedly include multiple breast augmentation surgeries, several rhinoplasty procedures to reshape her nose, and frequent use of fillers to enhance her lips and cheeks. She has also pursued body contouring to refine her jawline and waist, aiming to achieve the exaggerated proportions often associated with a real-life Barbie doll. By her own account, the total cost of these procedures has reached well over 250,000 Australian dollars. The physical and financial investment has been significant, requiring repeated recovery periods and ongoing maintenance. Her changing appearance quickly drew widespread attention online. Through social media, Tara has shared updates about her surgeries and healing process. Some viewers see her as bold and determined, someone exercising full control over her image. Others, however, express concern about the risks and pressures tied to repeated procedures. Tara's journey also brought her to television, including an appearance on the program Botched, where surgeons evaluate complex cosmetic cases. While medical professionals urged caution, Tara made it clear she was not finished. Today, her story continues to raise questions about modern beauty standards and how far a person might go in pursuit of a carefully imagined ideal. Lil' Kim, the queen who rewrote her reflection. Lil' Kim didn't just enter the rap world, she stormed into it with confidence, daring fashion, and a voice that demanded attention. Rising to fame in the 1990s alongside the notorious B.I.G. and the group Junior Mafia, she quickly became one of hip-hop's most recognizable stars. Her fearless lyrics, bold style, and commanding presence helped redefine what it meant to be a female artist in a male-dominated industry. But as the years went on, attention began to shift from her music to her appearance. Fans noticed subtle changes at first: a slightly altered nose, fuller lips, and a more sculpted facial structure. Later, her complexion appeared lighter, and speculation about cosmetic procedures spread through tabloids and social media. Public reaction was often harsh. Headlines dissected every photo, and online critics weighed in on each change. Yet the reality behind these transformations is more complex. Lil' Kim has spoken openly about painful experiences in her life, including an abusive relationship that left emotional and physical scars. She also confronted the pressures of colorism and narrow beauty standards in the entertainment world, messages suggesting darker skin and certain features were less desirable. For Lil' Kim, cosmetic surgery became a personal way to reclaim control over her image and rebuild confidence after years of scrutiny. To some, the changes seem extreme. To her, they were part of survival in an industry that often judged her far more harshly than it celebrated her talent. Her influence on hip-hop remains undeniable, and behind every headline stands a woman who fought to define herself on her own. Laura Flynn Boyle. Laura Flynn Boyle, a face Hollywood seems to have forgotten, was once among the most recognizable actresses on television. In the early 1990s, she captivated audiences with her role in Twin Peaks, a cult favorite that defined an era of mysterious, character-driven storytelling. With her delicate features, pale skin, and expressive eyes, she brought a quiet intensity to the screen. She wasn't the loud, glamorous type often favored by Hollywood at the time. Instead, her beauty felt understated, haunting, elegant, and deeply memorable. It wasn't long before she became a rising star, appearing regularly on red carpets and in glossy magazine spreads. But Hollywood has never been an easy place to grow older, especially for women. By the early 2000s, the pressure to maintain a youthful appearance had become increasingly visible. Like many actresses navigating a highly competitive industry, Boyle was reported to have turned to cosmetic procedures in an effort to preserve her image in a business that often prioritizes youth above experience. As the years passed, the public began to notice changes in her appearance. Fuller lips, more sculpted cheekbones, and subtle shifts in her facial structure drew attention. The media responded quickly and at times harshly. Tabloids circulated comparison photos and focused heavily on her evolving look, often overshadowing her body of work. The scrutiny became relentless. Gradually, Boyle stepped away from the spotlight. Public appearances grew infrequent, and her presence in major productions faded. Today, her story serves as a reminder of the intense pressures within Hollywood. It reflects a difficult truth that the pursuit of youth can sometimes eclipse talent, leaving even the brightest stars to quietly disappear. Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke was in the 1980s one of Hollywood's most magnetic leading men. With rugged good looks, a rebellious edge, and an intensity often compared to James Dean, he quickly stood apart from his peers. Films like 9½ Weeks and Angel Heart helped cement his reputation, showcasing not only his talent, but also a screen presence that audiences found hard to ignore. At the peak of his career, many believed his rise would continue without interruption. Yet in a surprising shift, Rourke chose to step away from acting to pursue a personal passion, professional boxing. In the early 1990s, he entered the ring with seriousness and commitment. However, the sport took a heavy physical toll. Over time, he suffered multiple injuries, including damage to his nose and cheekbones. These injuries required a series of reconstructive surgeries, something Rourke has openly discussed in later interviews. While the procedures were medically necessary, they altered his appearance in ways that drew intense public attention. For a period, the media focused less on his acting and more on how he looked, often overshadowing his abilities as a performer. Despite these obstacles, Rourke's story did not end there. In 2008, he delivered a remarkable comeback with his performance in The Wrestler. The role earned him a Golden Globe Award and widespread critical acclaim, reminding audiences of the depth and authenticity he brings to the screen. Mickey Rourke's journey is more than a tale of fame or hardship. It reflects resilience, the willingness to endure setbacks, face public scrutiny, and begin again. His path serves as a powerful reminder that even after life's hardest blows, redemption and renewal remain within reach. Tara Reid, the star who paid the price for perfection. Tara Reid was once one of the most recognizable faces of early 2000s Hollywood. With her bright smile, blonde hair, and easygoing charm, she became a familiar presence in popular films like American Pie and Van Wilder. At the time, she seemed to embody the carefree spirit of that era's romantic comedies, fun, approachable, and effortlessly glamorous. Yet Hollywood has always demanded perfection, placing enormous pressure on young stars to maintain a flawless image. In the mid-2000s, Tara chose to undergo cosmetic procedures including liposuction and breast augmentation. What was meant to enhance her confidence soon turned into a very public ordeal. Tara later revealed that the liposuction left her stomach uneven and visibly irregular. Complications with her breast implants required additional corrective surgery. Instead of sympathy, the media response was often harsh. Tabloids circulated unflattering photos, and television shows frequently used her appearance as fodder for jokes. Overnight, public conversation shifted from her film career to the results of her surgeries. For a red carpet favorite, the wave of criticism was deeply damaging. Tara has since spoken openly about the emotional toll, emphasizing that her procedures were intended to boost self-confidence, not to become a source of ridicule. The experience affected both her career and public image, highlighting the risks inherent in cosmetic surgery, even when common in Hollywood. Today, Tara Reid's story serves as a cautionary tale about the entertainment industry's intense beauty standards and the fleeting nature of public opinion, reminding audiences that appearances can become both a career asset and a source of vulnerability. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. See you in the next one.